said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.
Welcome to Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged with your host, Brain Fitzpatrick. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged is a snapshot of the day-to-day experiences of disabled individuals as they navigate the world around us. We wish to shed light and open your eyes on a new perspective of people with disabilities. And by going unplugged, we can discuss viewpoints we hope will challenge our viewers' points of view. Most of us have disabilities we must live with, but what defines us is the way we deal with them. And now, here's your host, Brain Fitzpatrick.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brain Fitzpatrick with another episode of Wheeling the Pathway of Life. I'm coming to you live from the facilities of Pittsburgh Community Television on June 15th, 2023. Today, I just wanted to talk to you about how much dedication is so important in the field of taking care of somebody. You can't, what I mean by that is you can't just say 5 minutes before you shift, I was sick at 6 o'clock this morning, so I can't come in today because now I was sick at 6 o'clock this morning, and you're supposed to be in at 10:30, and you decide to call 5 minutes before your shift. That is totally unacceptable, and I just want you guys to know that if you are out sick for any reason, if you're PCA, you gotta give as much notice as you can because the clients rely on you. The other thing I want to talk about is that, there's a lot of things that I've said and a lot of things that I am saying that I want to do myself, but if it wasn't for the people behind me, such as my parents, such as my crew, I wouldn't be able to do what I do every week, and I really, truly appreciate everything they do. And one of the things I wanted to tell you guys is a couple weeks ago, last week included, and probably again today, you're gonna see a PSA involving the Grace Christian School in Bennington, Vermont. In a couple weeks, we will have them on. A couple members of their mission team to discuss the trip and how that went, and then we will be little schedule change just happened before I came on the air. I will not be going to third Thursday in July. I will be going on in August. I will be doing third Thursday in August, August 17th. The information to follow on that. So, be aware of that. August 17th instead of July 20th. And July 20th, we will be running a rerun, as the studio will be unavailable for that day. So, or I will be doing a taped show earlier in the week or sometime prior to the day I'm supposed to be doing the show. So you won't be seeing me live on the 20th. One of the things I'd like to also mention is I'm very impressed with what is going on with social media. I'm very impressed that I'm finally getting some responses from social media, and most of the responses have been positive. Next week, social media will be down for the week, but the following week it'll be back up, so we will not be on social media, but you'll be able to see me on cable. And be able to see me on Access Pittsfield, it'll be taped on Access Pittsfield, but you will not see it on social media next week. But anyway, I think that one of the things that I'd like to say is the fact that the reason why I started with that, the thing about the staff not showing up is I'd like to explain something to you. Just as I'm having a regular conversation with you, that just sitting down, person to person, when you sign on with somebody like me, even though I have agencies involved, okay? The agencies are just a support for me. They are to guide me if I get into trouble. But technically, I'm sorry for my control room. I'm just moving my head and trying to stand the camera shot. But when the agencies take over, they're taking over on my behalf. That doesn't mean that I'm not the employer as far as the PCA program is concerned. So, what I am saying is, the agencies supporting me are just supporting, not to take over and do everything for me. So the responsibility of the staff is to inform me when they're going to be out, to inform me in time frame of, okay, they're going to be out. You know, okay, they're going to be out. Nothing's going to be, so I can then find somebody else to cover, or the agency can assist. Not 5 minutes before the shift, they just say, they ain't coming in. Right? It's not, this is not something where you can say, oh, I'm not coming to work today. Somebody else can take up the slack. Well, when you only have so many people, then that causes a problem. Now, one of the other things is too is it's been brought to my attention that I can I can tell people what I want done and what I need done, but whether they listen to me or not, that's another thing. What I'm saying on that is the fact that the agencies tell me all the time, you can handle that. But when I do, the staff just tell me, oh, let the agency tell me. Well, in the long run, I am the boss and agencies are just supporting. So, with that, folks, I'm going to just tell you that people rely on PCAs, people rely on things to work appropriately, but we understand that things don't always work the way they're supposed to work. But don't be so ready to say you're not coming in today because I could throw everybody's schedule off, including mine. And it kind of throws everybody for a tailspin. What I mean by tailspin is the fact that it creates anxiety for me and the PCA coming on board because it throws off my schedule for the day. So, as much knowledge as I have as to what's going on, the better off I am. I understand things don't work that way, but when you rely on other people to do things, you've got to understand that that is consideration, that you can make plans with that particular person and it's going to happen the way it's going to happen with that particular person. you might have to change plans because a certain PCA may not want to do that particular thing, or you may have to adjust around that entire thing, but you do not want. But it can be frustrating and very confusing for the individual. So we understand that personal things come up, but the priority is not to confuse the client or change up their routine so much that the client can't keep up with it. And like I said, I almost didn't make it today because of the staff not coming in. But luckily I have other staff that can come in if need be, but they have to have notice, is what I'm saying. So with that, folks, I will take my first PSA break. We will be right back.
Bless you and keep you, make
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brian Fitzpatrick. I'm bringing you an episode of Wheeling the Pathway to Life. Thank you to New Life Community Fellowship Church for providing the PSA break. As I said, in 2 weeks, hopefully, we're gonna have the one of the team members that went to the on the mission trip, and we'll talk to them and see what their experience was. And the person that I'm gonna have on the show was a senior this year and just graduated. So we're gonna find out what she's got planned for the future as well. And we will see what happens there. I will say, like I've said, that the Church New Life Community Fellowship has been so supportive of me and the life of Wheeling the Pathways. I am so appreciative of everything they've done, and I will be involved with another project they're doing, and that is Vacation Bible School, July 10th through the 14th. 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 172 Harvard Avenue. If you want information, go to New Life Community Fellowship Church / The Loop. New Life Community Fellowship / The Loop. And get some information there, and you can sign up your child to be a part of that fun week on July 10th through the 20th. July 10th through the 14th, sorry. July 10th through the 14th. New Life Community Fellowship. Let's say, a Vacation Bible School, July 10th through the 14th. And one thing that I wanted to say also, if anybody has any activities coming up, whether you're disabled or not in the community, I am more than happy to put that on the air as well. I'm more than happy to put on the events you're doing, or talk about the events, talk about what's going on in your schools, bring kids on and talk to teachers, talk to people in the school system about situations that you have had problems with and that I haven't touched upon with your students. Of course, I can't mention names or specific, I can name specific instances, but I can't name names or, this show is not going to be used for targeting people in general, but this show can also be used. This show can be used for exposing situations in general and be used in a bring negative things into a positive. Sometimes that doesn't always work that way, but it can happen. And I'd be glad to step in and support on behalf of the show and personally as well, step in and help if I can. You can get a hold of me personally at wheelingthepathwaytolife@gmail.com. That's wheelingthepathwaytolife@gmail.com. And like I said, have anything, we can talk about anything, or if you have a show idea, you can bring that up to me. Or you have a comment about the specific topic that I'm talking about that week, you can. But next week, we are going to have Ricardo Morales from the DPW on. And I would strongly urge the city council members to tune in for that show if they can, because there's some things that I like to say. Not bad things, but observations that I like to bring out during that show, and bring up some viewpoints with Ricardo, and see what he's got to, see what he thinks about what I'm gonna say. And then, like I said, we've got Thursday coming up in August 17th. It was going to be on July 20th, but due to some studio scheduling changes, we had to move that. But and then one of the other big things we got coming up is July 4th. We've got the 4th of July parade starting at 9:30 here on Pittsburgh Community Television, and I'm sure there'll be more to follow on that. But this station is going to be extremely busy. It always is. And like Matt was saying last week, people often don't even know this station exists. And we are one of the ways that we can also get information out to other areas, but we can also get information out to other areas, and we can also give our own community information. The community can talk about itself, as Matt often says. The community has an outlet to get information about itself for the people that live in Pittsfield and the surrounding areas. Because with the way life is these days, there's people in Pittsfield that I don't even know. I've been here since 1979. And yes, there are still people I don't even know. What I'm asking is you explain to people you've seen the show on Pittsfield Public Access. You've seen the show on YouTube. If you've enjoyed the show, please tell people. Please have them reach out to me, reach out to the studio, reach out to some of their agencies involved, all around the area and all around the country, as a matter of fact, and clue them into what Wheeling the Pathway of Life is trying to do. And this is a disabled show that is aiming to show we may have a physical disability, but we do not have any disabilities at all. We do not have any disabilities at all. Physical disabilities does not mean you're disabled at all. I mean, I do more in a week. And I don't mean to be rude at this, but I do more in a week than more able-bodied people ever thought of doing. And the more as much as I hate to say it, but I will say it on the air, I've never seen the most unmotivated people in my experience are the non-disabled people. I am disabled. I have every excuse not to be motivated. But I do at least 50 to 45 to 50 hours, sometimes 60 hours a week, putting this show together and doing some of the production stuff that it takes. But I've seen people not want to get out of bed to go to their 40-hour-week job. I think there's a little discrepancy there in most cases. Now, I know there's certain circumstances, different circumstances for different people. But I'm talking about me. I'm talking about just the basic, oh, I don't want to do homework. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, I could say that and stay in bed all day, but I don't. I get up and still do TV productions, go to meetings, do other things I need to do. And so, if I can do it, I have a severe problem if other people are going to complain about what they should be doing. Because if I can do it, you should be doing it with no problem at all. Other than your mental state of mind sometimes is your that is the most disabling thing you can, that is the most disabling thing about people, is the way we think and the way we say things to ourselves. Gee, I don't want to do that. Gee, I don't want to do that. Pretty soon, you are unable to do that because you told yourself you didn't want to do it. Now, yes, there are things that I don't want to do pretty much on a daily basis, but if I sat there and dwelled on what I didn't want to do versus what I could do, I wouldn't be able to get what I can do done and do it effectively. So, I would rather do what I can do to the best of my ability rather than try to do something that I know I can't do. In my case, get up and walk. That has always been a consideration and always been a question is, why don't you want to try and get out of the chair? Because I wasn't meant to. If I was meant to, there would be a way to do it that is more effectively. Now, God can change everything, but at 47 years old, okay, now, God does make miracles and stuff like that. I get that. But at 47 years old, I don't think the likelihood of me getting out of the chair is even something I need to worry about. So, and why worry about something that's probably not going to happen? And if it does, it'll be a blessing, and God will use it for His desires. If I planned on doing it and tried to do it, I couldn't do what I'm doing right now. And that is devoting my time and devoting my energy to communicating with people like you and for communicating messages for the city and for the disabled community, and that's what this show is about. And before you say you're just targeting one area, everybody in this country and this world has some kind of disability. It's something they don't know how to do, or something they haven't learned how to do, or something they just haven't thought of doing that they should be doing. All that comes under the heading of a disability. And to get a little spiritual on you, in the words disability, there's a couple root words that I want you to hear. Disability is made up of disease, dis-ease, not disease, dis-ease. Alright? If you're confused and you're confused and you have no idea what you believe in, and you have no desire to even try to figure it out, that is more disabling than being in a chair. Like I said, when Jeff was here, Jeff Black from New Life Community Fellowship, I am the most able-bodied person who's in a wheelchair that I or am known, and that I know more disabled people that are actually more enabled than most able-bodied people because they know Jesus Christ, and that is the most able-bodied, that is the most easiest way to get around the disability of learning who Jesus is and what he did for us and how he helps us every day. And I just wanted to let you know, when you get down in the dumps, think about this show and think about what I'm saying and see how disabling your life is or isn't. Because if you're thinking about the right thing, then that means your life isn't as disabling as you might think. Now, I want people to really think about that, go back and watch the show again, but let me say that again. The more you think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's more disabling if you say, well, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should see if I can change what you're saying to yourself so you can open the door for the possibility of being able to do it instead of shutting the door and saying, I can't do that for myself because that's not gonna happen because I can't figure out a way to do that. If you say that, you won't be able to figure out a way to do it. Alright. As Pastor Jeff has jokingly said to me, being in the position I'm in right now is probably the biggest blessing I could have because no telling what I would do if I was able to walk and where I'd be and what kind of trouble I would be getting into. I am the most outspoken person you ever knew. And you're gonna ever know about disabilities and how things work because I live it every day and I'm advocating for people. This is a career. I don't care if I'm getting paid for it. I'm getting the best pay that anyone could get just by people's comments, people stopping me in the street corner and saying, "You do that TV show? You know how much impact that TV show has on my life?" That is the greatest thing in the world for me. And that is the best pay anybody could have. Now, let me, right now, folks, I'm gonna take a break from it and go to our next PSA. We will be right back in a second, folks. Thank you.
You brought me this far, so why would I question you now? You have provided, so why would I start to doubt? I've never been stranded, abandoned, or left here to fight alone. So I'm giving you control. I lift my life up. Give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. You can have it forever. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I lift my life up. Have your way in me. Have your way in me. If peace is a river, then let it sweep over me. If I'm under fire, I know it's refining me. When I hear you calling out, I'll follow now, wherever the road may go, because I know you're leading me home. I lift my life up. I give it all in surrender. I lift my heart up. You can have it forever. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I lift my life up. Have your way in me. Have your way in me. Take my life and let it be all for you. Take my life.
Good afternoon, folks. Sorry I had to cut that commercial break. I had to cut that PSA break a little short. I didn't realize what time it was, and I just wanted to come back and properly close the show. As I said during the show, this is Brain Fitzpatrick, by the way, with another episode of Wheeling the Pathway to Life. And I'd just like to go over a couple of quick things. For scheduling purposes, we will not be on Facebook or YouTube next week, but we will be back the following week. And then July 20th, we will be doing the show. August 17th, is when I'm going to be at the third Thursday. July 20th is canceled for the show in Italy. There will be a rerun put on that day. Next week we will have Ricardo Morales from the city DPW talking about the streets and talking about the streets and the construction in the area and how the numbers with the roundabout is going and how many accidents there have been or have not been because of the roundabout, and discuss anything that comes up in the city council meeting tonight that I will be watching and commenting on next week when Ricardo is here. Remember, folks, this show is for you, so you can contact me at 41. You can contact me. Sorry, I was gonna give you my phone number, but I can't do that. You can contact me at Wheeling the Pathway to Life at that's Wheeling the Pathway to Life at gmail.com. You can leave me a comment, or you can friend me on Facebook under Brian Fitzpatrick, and you can comment on the show, and the show will be on Facebook every week without fail. So even if it's a tape show, the show will be put on Facebook. So without folks, I'd like to say thank you to the New Life Community Fellowship at 172 Harvard Avenue for their support and for their support and prayers. Without them and without the people involved in the show, I wouldn't be able to do a show like this every week. And like I said, you can join us July 10th through the 14th at New Life Community Fellowship Church. It's a Christian, it's going to be a Christian Bible study, Bible camp for the kids, July 20th for the 14th. No, I keep messing up. July 10th for the 14th on 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. July 10th for the 14th. And if you want to sign up for that, you can also sign up at New Life Community Fellowship Ship Church /The Loop. And I look forward to seeing you there. I will be there every night of it. Just being there to support the kids and being there to support the staff and talk to parents about disabilities, and we will see what happens from there. And I'd like to say again, special thanks to Pittsburgh Community Television and all their hard work. And anything I can do for them, any kind of promotions or any kind of thing that they need, I will do. And we will continue to have Matthew Tucker come on every 3 months. And we'll continue to have other people within the agency come on and explain what they do and explain what kind of gem this place really is. And yes, I use the word gem because we've got a real gem here in Pittsfield, and people like you can use it. If I can use it, and it's easy enough for me to put a show on like this, you can do the same thing. With that, folks, I want to say, again, if you have a comment or a suggestion for this show, you can get hold of me at Wheeling the Pathway to Life, at gmail.com, and it may take me a little while to get back to you, but I will get back to you, or better yet, I will take the advice and just put together a show around your questions or your comments or whatever. This show is for you, and I look forward to putting it together every week, and we will see what happens next week and all future shows. Again, this has been Brian Fitzpatrick bringing you an episode of Wheeling the Pathway to Life. We will see you all next week. Thank you.
You can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.